against Dragon Knight, when he wants to push tower, say, at minute 15, you can't just initiate blindly into this Radiant team. You're just going to get blown up. So Universe can maybe take the first couple of stuns, get disrupted, and then they can play from there.
All right. Well, Team Empire, ladies and gentlemen, looking for one extra point just to fight for that chance to be in the top 4 of Group B. The last game of the day, let's jump right into it.
Getting into the game right now, EG versus Empire. Final game of the day. It's been a long one, folks. Empire kind of disappointing to me. Like their results are sort of average, and I don't expect that out of this team, right?
I mean, it depends on whether or not you take the previous performances of Empire at a TI as a sign.
I don't take that.
I did not take that, and
look what happened. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Maybe it's a nerves thing.
Still, though, I mean, Empire looked good in the first 15 minutes of that game 1. And they've got a draft. I actually really kind of like their draft. I feel like it's forced Evil Geniuses into something.
Is EG going to fight this? They have so many bad level 1 heroes.
Yeah, I was about to say, they're dealing with an Undying. Attempted Fissure block to prevent these heroes from being able to get to the bounty room, but that's not going to happen. I think they just kind of assumed that the aggression was going to come out from Empire in the top lane.
Yeah, and this is
so
actually,
they would just naturally go for the one hero pickoff at bottom.
This is going to be hard for Sumail because he has to run all the way. Oh no, he's going to run into Aloha Dance too, who's just going to right click him. And if he's forced to use a Remnant here, it's not even going to hit. They're just going to right click him, and they're zoning him out of this.
Resolution is actually joining them. They
What's
really want to
going
fight
on?
this one. Oh, this is really weird, but Sumail's actually kind of stuck inside the pit. They manage to get the sleep onto Fear. They're just going to right-click down Sumail, and they get the first blood. Aloha Dance turns around, goes for the decay. Last couple of right-clicks on Fear. Yeah. Aloha Dance, he's going to try and go into the Roshan pit to deny himself, but those poison will actually finish him off. Farther down, always want to fly, chased away by PPD. What an awkward engagement. Silence now coming down. He's going to try and catch PPD as well. They have a sleep. Always want to fly. He'll get in range eventually. He's much faster, or 5-minute boot speed faster than PPD.
This is such an awkward engagement. They might actually just kill PPD, though, by the virtue of right clicks. And
yeah, PPD doesn't have mana for a Fissure, so as long as they kind of stay in range of him, he's going to go for the deny on the neutrals. Slide strike array, and the right clicks. They get a secondary kill now. That was weird. That was very weird. But that was just because they chose to go for that kind of aggressive pick-off play at bottom.
Is this a support Silent? And to carry Bloodseeker being played by Yoki, though, and an offlane Aloha Dance? Everything is just messing with my head.
Yeah, they've got 5 stacks of Shadow Poison on the Bloodseeker. They got to be really careful with this positioning. They're still trying to go on AUI. There goes the poison. Almost pops Yoki in the background there. In fact, Fear blinks forward and will be able to get a couple more right clicks.
Shield.
Yoki, poor man shield once. Yeah, he's got it. He's good. Silent. He went down. AUI is still alive. All right. So we have a very weird situation here where Silent, he's still going to be playing a core Lina, it seems.
Is he, though? I mean,
I don't know.
Okay, so Yoki's going to the jungle. A lot of things. Okay, and AUI just suicides to Roshan. That's the Lamprecat strategy. I've used all my mana. I've got enough money for everything. Suicide.
So they're going very greedy, essentially. Like, jungling Bloodseeker is a greedy 4. They've got an off-lane Undying faced up against Universe. Pretty favorable for the Undying.
Have you played that matchup before? I don't actually know.
I have played that matchup. You have to use Cogs a lot to burn through the Undying. Because you're a strength hero versus strength hero matchup. Like, naturally, Decay just gives you an advantage.
Yeah, this is so weird, though. I'm not used to seeing any of the setups that they currently have. They finally rotate Yoki out of that bottom lane and into top, so I'm not quite sure what the original plan was there, but it looks like PPD is heading mid, but...
Okay, so the original plan was a dual lane of Bloodseeker Undying, I think. That makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
And then they run a Bane-Lina duo, which obviously has a lot of kill power.
Yeah, but things just kind of went wonky,
crazy.
I guess, with the first...
Yeah. That was very weird. PPD is trying to set up for a kill on Resolution right now, but he just brought his bottle in. Plus, he's got 10 Magic Wand charges. This is 2 different heroes that went for super early Magic Wands. I'm not sure if just because we had a lot of fighting early on and they were able to go back to base and finish up the Magic Wand, but Resolution as well as Silent. Like, not just the Magic Stick, the full completed Magic Wand.
I think it's fine. You're eventually going to do that anyways.
Yeah.
He had a pretty good lead going into this matchup just because he got the first blood, I believe. So going for it is not bad at all.
No, it's just rather unique is the interesting thing.
The CS is kind of my issue right now because Sumail doesn't get slowed down by this that much because he got the kill. I think net worth, the Dragon Knight leads because of the first blood and the bounty rune that he got and Sumail was unable to, but the overall lane, Sumail's doing just fine.
Aloha Dance actually going to come in for the Tombstone. They need to be able to get in range of the Dragon Tail. They will. Now the DK and the Tombstone start stacking up. Sumail actually keeps himself alive a little bit longer via his bottle. It still needs a couple more right clicks out. A Resolution comes forward with the Wreath Fire, managing to finish off the hero. And AUI can't actually contest any further. If anything, Resolution's going to go for the kill because he has another Dragon Tail with Aloha Dance coming in. Double kill for Resolution. And Empire striking back hard here in game number 2.
And all of a sudden, Resolution 6, and he's
oh my goodness,
almost taking a tower. This isn't even like a real, like something has happened where everybody just decided to play this game completely different than they typically do. Like AUI coming in there at the end, Resolution all of a sudden, despite struggling really hard in the lane when it came to CS, is very much on top of the net worth charts. And it's hard to analyze what's going on because it's just so back and forth.
So much action. Bit of harassment there from the Fisher. Bottom lane, meanwhile, Silent is playing. Yeah, Fear is a Queen of Pain versus a Bane-Lina combination. Like, this is incredibly dangerous. The Shadow Demon can't even do that much because you Bane sleep, you set it for the Light Strike Array. What happens if you fake out the Light Strike Array and he accidentally disrupts? Then you're actually just setting up the Lina again for a Light Striker. Oh, hook shot actually catching Aloha Dance. That's not the hero. A two-man decay with the Tombstone over the top. Universe desperately trying to get away from this one. Aloha Dance should be fine. The Tombstone starts chasing away all of these heroes.
There's 4 EG heroes mid right now.
4 heroes mid, and they couldn't actually win the fight.
Yeah, that's the power of Aloha Dance, playing that Undying. Just getting multiple stacks of decay and just securing that Resolution has a good start, who's been untouched most of this game. And Sumail is struggling right now. He does have 32 CS, but those 2 deaths are really setting him far behind. And Resolution is 3-0 already, and this is not the type of player that you want to give this confidence boost to.
Still waiting for the pickoff here in bottom lane. It's got to come soon. Silent has his level 6 coming in. Because again, I'm just waiting. Like AUI staying very far back, and I'm sure that like the first attempt they go for the sleep and the Light Strike Array, like the disruption will successfully dodge. But eventually, there's like Empire going to learn. There's going to be that mind game.
Yeah, Fear has to be careful up top. The Bloodseeker, because he's been left alone, he has 44 CS, and he's in the off lane. He's doing so well right now. Fear is not doing nearly as well. He's quite far behind when it comes to levels and farm. I don't even know if PPD can defend him here if he misblinks. And this is going to mean that because PPD has to be at top in case the Bloodseeker goes there, because if PPD shows himself mid, I think that he just runs at Fear at top, right? And then they manage to get the kill. He's actually going to go for it, but Fear smartly brings himself a TP and doesn't overcommit for anything. He did that thing you were talking about too.
Mm-hmm. The blink way, instant move. Yoki is going to be caught here by Universe. Good rotation out from EG. They gave up the middle tower, but they got the deny on it, and they also managed to kill the Bloodseeker, slowing down his very important farm.
Yeah, he still has a pretty absurd amount of farm, though, and now the time has passed where EG can safely kill the Dragon Knight. He's got 1,000 gold if he wants to. He could one creep away from being able to pick up his Ogre Club, and that would make him virtually unstoppable. And it looks like...
what about Shadowblade here for this game?
That's what I was thinking. Just
Nice.
because of how early he would get it,
Yeah.
it would create so much discomfort for EG.
And it's incredibly strong versus the intelligence cores, these very mobile heroes who are dependent on their blinks.
Yes, I completely agree with that assessment, actually. I think that it would do a lot of work, but I don't know if he will do it. It's not the safest option.
It's a little bit risky. What about do you like the Glimmer Cape build? Glimmer Cape, break it apart, then go for the Shadowblade.
I think it's okay, but I just like the Shadowblade first if you're going to do that.
Oh.
It does make you incredibly tanky, though. And it's a bit
And it does
weird.
give you the invis factor a lot earlier.
Yeah, but I mean,
Speaking of invis factor, Universe is coming in with a smoke. It's actually been slept up. No one's going to try and force that, though. At least I don't think so. PPD and AEY position very defensively.
Resolution's coming in with an invis rune, though, and EG, I think they know that this is coming because they had a ward, but AUI has to be really careful.
They've got Elder Dragon for him. Even if he's like right in front of that tier 1 tower, Resolution could just pop the dragon for him for the long-range stun.
Oh, PPD thought that he was going to go around.
Yeah, PPD gets caught, and good disruption save, but he's still PPD in a bad position. As we were talking about earlier, the disruption almost sets up the Light Strike array in a lot of situations. Universe was thinking about a hook shot there earlier, but it's just too much. Can't fight into the Undying, and another tower will end up falling. So AY could go for the deny, got a chance.
Empire are actually getting really farmed as a result of all these pushes. They've done good in the laning phase. They pretty much dominate the top 3 net worths. And it's not even very close, actually. If you
Yeah, the
look
Storm
at it.
Spirit, he's got like second in CS, but he's still so far behind, even Lina.
If Empire decide to continue to push for this too, EG is going to be hard-pressed to fend them off because they just don't have the levels right now.
Yoki moves over. He's going to have his Hand of Midas soon with the amount of farm that they're picking up. Samael, second regeneration rune for him. He's getting rather lucky in that regard.
Hand of Midas and 100 gold. And he should be able to snowball heavily over the clockwork. This is not the Sumail that we've seen the last 3 or 4 games where he just had such a great start in the laning phase. That first blood and then the subsequent kills really seem to have just messed with his internal timings.
Beer's trying to make a recovery at the top lane. What's he going for? Oh, it's actually just a magic one he's completing.